And welcome to the Hardin Simmons Coaches Show with head coach Jesse Burleson. The Cowboys traveled to Massachusetts, Beverly, Massachusetts, to play Endicott on Friday. Before we talk about that game, Coach, let's go back. First of all, a bye week last week. How do you handle a bye week after you've played two games?
It poses some challenges, to say the least. You kind of get into a routine, but we don't have bye weeks. We have opportunity weeks. So it was an opportunity for some guys to get healthy that may have been a little banged up or overcome some injuries, and then it was an opportunity for some guys to be able to step into a new role and be able to get some reps that maybe they wouldn't get on a normal week. And so it was a good week for us.
So I need to rephrase and start talking about opportunity weeks.
That's what we call it, because some people call it a bye week and an off week. We're not taking off. We're going to be working. And so it was a good week for us.
The week before, you beat Wisconsin lacrosse on the road, a very good team. They were ranked number 11. You were number 6 at the time. Now moved up to number 5. They scored 3 of their first 4 possessions, I think, and then you shut them out for the last 2.5 quarters. Great defensive effort.
Absolutely. I mean, we made a couple of quick adjustments, and we're able to do what we're capable of doing. And I think the big key in that was we were able to take the ball away 3 times in the second half, and that is a huge benefit in the game as it goes along. Especially down there, they were driving at the end, and we caused a huge fumble, and we're able to get that thing out and put the game away. So it was a big time effort on that side of the ball.
A little over 4 minutes left when you recover a fumble at the 3-yard line, so they're about to punch it in and tie the game up. Talk about that recovery. I think Torrey Poland got the recovery.
He did. It was actually a crazy play because they run a quarterback run, and Jacoby Haverly, our linebacker, basically picks the quarterback up off the ground and is about to, slam him into the ground. And here comes the whole pile, and it pushes him about another 7 or 8 yards, and getting down to the 3-yard line. And Justin Bingham sees the ball, sees an opportunity, just goes in there and rips that thing out. And Torrey Poland comes up with it, and was a huge play in the game.
Then you had to punt out of your own end zone to give them one last chance in the final minute, and Cade Mickna comes up with the interception.
He did, man. It was, kind of off the tip there, and then we learned a valuable lesson in that one, though, because as soon as you pick that one off, you got to get down, because all we needed to do was take a knee, and Cade seems to wanted to show off his running back skills. He had a spin move and was taking it, so we talked about that and made sure that's not going to happen again.
You were down 21-14 at halftime in the game, and then the second play of the second half, Noah Garcia rips off about a 56-yard touchdown run, and then you get the ball back and you go on a 97-yard drive. What a tremendous drive to take the lead 28-21.
That was a huge drive. It was 16 plays, and we actually had to go about 160 yards because of the penalties on that drive, but our guys just kept sticking with it, and that was a backbreaker of a drive, and I was just really proud of our guys for just finding a way to get it done all the way down the field and punching that thing in when we needed it.
How big down the road, as the committee looks at teams for the playoffs, does a win over on the road against a top 15 ranked team like lacrosse, what does that mean for you all?
It's huge. I mean, whenever you look at the different rankings and how they take the criteria to determine the best group of 32 to get into the playoffs, you can't have almost a bigger win than that, where you're on the road against a great opponent and in a really, really tough conference. And so we knew we could take care of business, and we definitely did that, and I think it'll definitely pay off.
Okay, you play Endicott, another team you've never seen before, all the way in Massachusetts. A Friday game. Why a Friday game?
There were some challenges on that, because they have one field and they had some soccer games and stuff going on with travel, trying to get up there and all that. It just it looked like it wasn't going to happen, and we just kept sticking with it and found a way to get it done, even if it's on a Friday night. We didn't care, so we're excited about the opportunity.
A lot of people say, well, don't know anything about Endicott, myself included. Don't know a lot about Endicott. I do know they were undefeated in the regular season last year and then lost in the playoffs. They are 2-1 this year. They lost the same week you beat lacrosse to Ithaca, a playoff team from a year ago, 20-17. And then last week shut out Maritime, one of the State University of New York teams, 27-0. So pretty good football team, huh?
Absolutely. They have a lot of winning culture in that program. They've won several conference championships. Like you said, undefeated last year in the regular season, and they really pride themselves on their defense is really good, really active, got a lot of seniors, and then they're very balanced on offense and got a really good quarterback. So it's a good team and a good program, and it's going to be a tough one for us.
You've played the Wisconsin teams before, and you know how good that conference is. Here's one you just really don't know much about their conference or any of the teams they're involved in. How do you make those comparisons?
It's kind of tough to do, but then you just kind of break it down on the film and take a look at the schemes and the personnel and kind of go off of that. Because if you have any preconceived notions, they're probably going to get blown out of the water once you start that. And that conference is a very tough conference, and they're kind of in the heart of Division III up there. I mean, there's so many teams around that we don't have many opportunities to play a team in the Northeast, and so we've been looking for this chance to be able to get to play some teams up in that area, and it just kind of worked out. They had a team drop late, and we had an opening, so we ended up making it work. And so we're going to do a home and home, so we'll be there this year, and then they'll return to Abilene next year.
What are the keys for the Cowboys then?
We got to keep taking that next step, and I know it probably sounds like Manny says that every week, but that's truly what it is with this team. Is we've got to find a way to continue to improve on the things that we do best, and that's obviously playing great defense and then being able to be balanced on offense and have some playmakers out on the edge, but then be able to run the ball effectively and then make huge plays in special teams. And that's how you play complementary football, and that's how you win and win big. And so we want to take steps forward in all three phases this week.
Well, this is the final game of the tour of the United States for you with teams from you never played. All conference begins in another week, so important to get that stage set for the conference.
Absolutely. I mean, with the conference you're going into, you better have some tough ones, under your belt right there. And I think our guys have really risen to the challenge that we put forth, and it's going to be a good one this week. And then next week we'll turn the page and get ready for conference.
Coach, good luck.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate it.
That's the Jesse Burleson Coaches Show. I'm Al Pickett. Thanks for joining us.